In this video, we're going to talk about ways to make things bigger down there, specifically in the scrotum and testicle area. We're going to talk about Scrotox, we're going to talk about ball stretchers and rings, we're going to talk about massaging techniques, we're going to talk about saline infusions, and finally, we're going to talk about fillers. My name is Saif Gallagher. I'm a plastic and reconstructive surgeon based here in Miami, Florida, and a big part of my practice is actually testicle implants, either folks trying to replace what they've lost or people who want to go extra large. That is something I specialize in. But let's get into all these other different techniques in order to make things bigger down there. Okay, so the first technique we're going to talk about are ball stretchers, or these rings which are cheap and readily available on the internet. Now, if you do want to use these, slow and steady is the word. You want to make sure they're causing no pain when you put them on, that there are no marks left behind on the skin, but with a process that we know a lot about in plastic surgery called tissue expansion, with time, slowly but surely, it is possible to gradually increase the size of the scrotum. Tissue expansion is where we put a mechanical force on tissue, like think about gauges in the ears, for example, and with time the fibers, first of all, in that skin are going to relax, and as well as that, we're going to actually stimulate growth of the tissue. So it is possible very slowly and very carefully to increase the size of the scrotum with time. Massaging the scrotum, similar idea, very slow, but slow and steady, massaging and stretching out the scrotum repeatedly, let's say like every night, for example, may improve things over time. The scrotum, if you think about it, it's made up of skin, obviously, but the wall also has a muscle there. So some people find that massaging this over time can help relax it. We don't have great studies on this, and it's going to be a very slow process, but as long as you're careful, you're not hurting yourself, you're not leaving marks, shouldn't do any harm. Saline infusions is where basically somebody will get just normal saline infused under sterile technique into the scrotum. Again, I would be very cautious about this and who's actually providing it. Is it truly going to be sterile? Because you could really introduce a very nasty infection in there if you do it. Now, we know that if we just infuse saline in, with time, it's going to get reabsorbed into the body. People have done this in the breasts, for example, as well. And usually the effect will last 12 hours. I mean, depending on how much you put in, but eventually the body will reabsorb it. But this one I would be very cautious about, because you have the potential to get a really serious infection if it's not done under sterile technique. And I certainly don't recommend doing this once you do have these implants in there, because you're introducing a needle. We don't know if it's dirty in beside the implants, and that's a surefire way to get a really bad implant infection. So Scrotox, or Botox into the scrotum itself, yes, this can be very useful, because what we're doing is we're relaxing that muscle, and those fibers are throughout the scrotum. So for people who tend to ride high and tight and would prefer the look that they just got out of the shower, for example, Scrotox can do that. Now, the downsides are, one, it's kind of expensive. We usually have to put quite a few units in there, and in order to the actual product itself costs about $7 a unit, so it definitely adds up in costs, number one. And number two, it's really not going to last much more than 3 to 6 months at most. So therefore, usually my patients that are getting this are folks, let's say, who are hoping to get really big implants, but we want to give them the best possible chance to do that by relaxing the scrotum before surgery. This can be useful. Okay, and now we get to filler, which honestly is probably my least favorite technique of doing this. The reason I don't like it is I've seen some really horrific cases where silicone, for example, was injected in. People were using industrial grade silicone to inject into the scrotum. This always ends really badly, because usually it has to come out, and the problem with that silicone is it infiltrates its way into the tissue so much that usually all that tissue has to come out as well. So it usually requires major reconstructive surgery. People can get these immune flare-ups to them that can be lifelong. It's hard to remove completely, and they can get infected, and a whole world of problems. So in people who are trying to get bigger down below, ultimately they end up getting the opposite result, because we have to do major reconstructive surgery to get rid of the tissue down there. So never ever touch silicone. Now, more commonly, what we're seeing is hyaluronic acid. So those are the fillers very similar to what are used in lips, for example, which are being injected down there. Now, I find the results of these tend to be very disappointing in the scrotum. They tend to be usually very lumpy, and it can expand out the size of the scrotum, but it kind of is like an empty sock, basically. So it tends not to have the fullness the patients usually want. It tends to look very unnatural, and lumpiness is very common. And then the problem is, if the patient wants to come along and get an implant placed, it does increase the risk of that surgery, because when we go in there to place the implants, we're basically cutting through that filler, and the filler can really interfere with getting our little incision to heal, which is crucial in order to make sure our implants are safe in there and aren't going to get infected. And so it does make things a lot more difficult when patients are getting implants. So therefore, if implants are going really big is in your future, definitely just go with the implants. I would skip the fillers. Fillers also super expensive as well, because usually when I see people who've gotten it, they've gotten really large quantities of it, and it can add up to thousands and thousands of dollars. And I don't see many patients who are happy ultimately with the results.